Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing, and thank you so much for checking me out. Today, I wanted to go over the pentatonic scale, the most Swiss Army knife scale of all scales, and definitely something you want in your toolbox, so let's get into it. I'm going to go over the pentatonic scale, which is a 5-note scale: penta, pentagon, pentagram, pentagonal. Whatever words have pent in them, it means 5. So our notes, we're going to do it out of A minor today, 5th fret. Always enjoyed doing this in A, learning it in A, because it's central on the neck. It's kind of right in the middle. So you have some behind, you have some in front. Awesome. And A, first letter of the alphabet. Not like that matters. Anyway, we're going to go 5th fret, A note. 3 frets up to our minor 3rd. Down a string, 5th fret, to our 7th fret. Same thing on the D string. Same thing on the G string. 5, 8 on the B. 5, 8 on the high E. And our root is back here at the 5th fret. So, looks like this. I find that to be the Swiss Army scale, a good jump off point when you start getting into modes if you do that. And, it's just the most universal scale that people use. This is a minor scale, A minor here. And if the key of I here, if you noticed when I was showing you the tab, or the frets rather, we're going 5th fret, 8th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, all the way down. And what do you know if you have an A note in the bass and you hit the bottom 4 strings, take out the A string, that's a chord. That's an A minor 7 chord, which is exactly what our pentatonic scale outlines. We are literally spelling an A minor 7 chord, because of the ingredients of our scale, which is our root, which is A. If we're playing something in the key of A, or use our first note, is going to be that note, A. So A, then we go up 3 frets to a minor 3rd, harkening back to my earlier video about relative major minor. I'll throw that down in the description, or maybe somewhere up here if I can figure it out. But up 3 frets to our minor 3rd. That's what note tells us if the chord is major or minor. And then we have our 4th, the 5th of our chord, and the minor 7. And then back to our root. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes. A, C, D, E, G. The minor 7 of A. And this is a great scale. In a blues context, you could add 1 note. And now you have the blues scale. You can add 2 more notes. And you have the natural minor scale, which is, the pentatonic is a derivative of the natural minor scale. If you didn't know that. You don't even have to know all that. But I'm telling you anyway, because I care for you, and I want you to know. So, 5th fret, 8th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Okay, we got the frets. We now understand the notes. Minor 3rd, 4th, 5th, minor 7. Clearly a minor 7 chord outlined here. So what can we do with this? We can take some licks, some standard licks here. I'm going to start on our root on the D string, 7th fret D string. And we're going to do a little guy like this. 7th fret, we're going to go down to the 5th fret on the G, 7th fret on the G, 8th fret, we're going to flirt with our blues note. Back to our 7th fret, 5th fret, home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes in total there. Some are repeated, obviously. And I would call that the blues lick. We'll get into the other positions here of this scale. Of course, like any scale, it can be moved around. I just picked A today, but if you move this whole thing anywhere up on the low E string and play the same kind of shape, by gummit, whatever this note is the root, or this note, same as this note, they're both tuned to the same note. This is a B note, so now this is B minor pentatonic. D, E, so on and so forth. So this whole shape can move around, which is why I think guitarists really like this. It's sort of symmetrical. It's really wide on the bottom, which I don't know if that means anything. But it's got this really very used up little lick space right here. Maybe that sounds a little familiar. It's not in this key, but I'm not trying to get copyright stricken. But this little area right here, a lot of licks come out of this pentatonic. So it's a great one to have in your tool belt, an essential for all guitarists, a must-have. Hey, I know that's a lot of info again. So why don't we take a little brain break and thank our sponsors, you. And thank you so much for being here. I've been seeing the analytics on the channel and the views going crazy in my mind. 100 views, might as well be 1,000,000 people. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider hitting subscribe down below, notification bell, hitting like on the video, sharing with friends, the whole thing. And I greatly appreciate it. So let's get back to the lesson. So trying to bring it home that a scale and a chord fit together. Like I was saying, we have this wall of index finger here. Whatever your fret of choice is, 5th fret here, so this is going to be A, and it builds a minor chord, a minor 7, if you include the D string. But if you take the bottom 3 strings, G, B, and high E, you have yourself a little minor triad. And I always love a little funky thing. Go up a fret, 4th fret, slide up into your 5th fret. I mean, even just that. But if holding down multiple strings and sliding is not in your wheelhouse quite yet, you can just try to work on your bar. A little pinch on the back of the neck here. That's how I always teach the bar. You know, you want to support your front finger here with your back finger. So if you can't slide it like that, just work on laying your finger over these 3 strings and maybe just strumming. And then let go, but not release all the way. Not release. Just relieve, release, pressure there. And you get this kind of like staccato, short kind of chord. And you get a little right hand chukka-chukka going. You know, I like to lay my fingers usually across, mute the other strings, but I'm really only playing the bottom 3, this little minor triad down here. So don't worry about these fingers on top. I'm just helping with the mute. So this isn't really a chord lesson today, but this, any sort of minor context here, this minor pentatonic scale, or our blues lick, and you can phrase it however you like. You know, I'm just kind of doing like pick, 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 slide, pick, pick, something. But it spells this chord. It wants this chord. So this is a scale I think every guitarist should have in their bag. Something to hold on to and keep dear for the jam session when you're just hanging out with your blues dad. Whoever it is in your life, this could work in a rock context, blues, country, all the genres. Lots of applications for this. I hope you found this information useful today, and thank you so much for checking me out. Let's hit the outro. Thank you again so much for being here and checking me out. Don't forget to hit subscribe down below, like, all that kind of stuff to stay up to date with all the new videos coming out. And also, please consider going over to my Patreon and showing some support over there, where I'll give early access, exclusive material, and everything guitar content coming from me for the price of one coffee. So if you want to buy me a coffee, I greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.